So traders, I actually see a pretty strong reversal coming, but it's not what you think. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, let me show you what I want to show you here. Traders, make sure you grab. I've recently recorded a few weeks ago now, I recorded a brand new breakthrough trading course. I'm giving it away for free. So if you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link in the description, grab on that. You can actually get free access. I'm giving away free access to that. So first link in the description, guys, go get access to it. Now, here's the thing that I'm noticing. There's actually been a big thing that I'm noticing when it comes to actually the stock market itself. So I bring up the S&P 500, and obviously the S&P 500 is doing what it's doing right now. And I want to talk about something about the S&P 500 in just a minute that I want to share with you that I think a lot of people are missing what's happening right now and confused about what's happening in the stock market. I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. But I want to share something with you that I think is really, really, really important to also understand about how these markets work and what's happening. And I want to use the interest rates as these examples. And you probably saw the thumbnail of this image here. And what that was this here, right? We're looking at the 10-year interest rate right now. The 10-year interest rate. This is the 30. As you can see, this is the 30. And then obviously this is the 2-year we're looking at right now. So when we're looking at these rates, okay, when we'll continue to look at these interest rates and what's happening, and we look at this 10-year here, one thing that you'll notice time and time again when you look at just markets and when you look at cycles, these markets here, whenever we start to get some vertical moves in the markets, whenever we start to see some really big moves in markets, like this here, you can see a very, very, very big vertical move up. Whenever we get that, we tend to get at least some form of a correction or a pullback. Okay, a correction or a pullback in the markets. And as you can see here, right, we had a very strong move up, and then we had the pullback, and then guess what? And then we started to step up obviously in that fashion there. So if we have a look at, say, the 2-year right now. Okay, if we have a look at the 2-year, 2-year is actually a really good example of this. And if we go back over time, every time we see a crazy spike in the 2-year, we're looking at the 2-year right now. Did I just say that 4 times? I'm cracking myself up here. Happy Sunday to everyone. All right, look at this here. So a very big, strong move up. And then we got a very strong move down, a very vertical move up, and then a very big vertical move down, a very strong move up. And again, this is a weekly chart, guys, right? So it's not like, oh, tomorrow is going to be down 40%. Okay, things slowly take time. And then we got a movement down, didn't we? Strong movement up and strong movement down, strong movement up. So I wonder what's coming soon. We may get a little bit more upside, right? But I wonder what's coming soon. Probably that. Now, what's going to cause that? I don't know. But the thing is this, is that one thing is that I do see is that the interest rates are likely to start to cool off a bit, and I believe that's going to happen from an inflation perspective as well too, from the inflation actually starting to cool off in the markets there. But one thing is I think is really important is I look at the cause and effect relationships, right? Like if I look at the result is likely to be just what I'm seeing from the chart. The result is likely to be a very, very, very strong pullback in the markets, right? Because of what? Because of the vertical move So that's what's likely to happen. Now, what's likely to cause that? Again, we don't know exactly. I could come up with a lot of thoughts or theories, right? No one knows exactly why that is going to happen. Like, why would that happen? I don't know, but the charts are telling me, because every time we get a vertical spike, we get to a point where we get a very big drop. Vertical spike, we're likely to get a very big drop. And that's why, like I've been talking about, say, the 10-year, if I go to the daily charts, I've been talking about the 10-year potentially giving us a head and shoulder formation. And you can see here, right, movement up, down, movement up, down, movement up. And I'm actually expecting something like that to come out of this here. You can see it's actually potentially forming right now. So I'm actually expecting to see that coming across the interest rates from that. Now that may put a bit of a buoy under the stock market. It may not. When looking at the stock market, Now, the big thing that's really important to understand when it comes to the actual stock market that I've seen is that I find a lot of people, and I understand if you have traded the markets now for say a good couple of years, you know, you're still trying to find your way, right? You're still trying to find your way across all these markets and what's more important, what to look at, you know, and especially when we can have these thousands and thousands of maybe hundreds and hundreds of different indicators we can use. Do you notice? Look at my chart. What's on this chart? I'm looking at the S&P right now. What's on this chart? Well, nothing, right? What's on this chart is a chart. And that's the main thing. A lot of the times we're always trying to find a fundamental news or an article or an indicator to try to give us a sense of certainty of what's going on. But the main thing is what? The main thing is the market itself. And so when we go through these periods, when we're looking at this, the confusion, there's no confusion at all right now for me. It's very, very, very clear what's going on. And that is we're in a pullback phase. If we have a look at, say, even like the Dow Jones, right? We're in a pullback phase and we're in a retracement, but the trend is still down. And remember, the trend is your friend until the end, right? So if we have a lower high, lower high, lower high, right? As long as we keep making lower highs through here, guess what? The trend is down. So if we have a look at this here, down, up, lower high, down, up, lower high through there, right? Bit of a double top, came out, lower high, down, up, lower high, down, and now it's just doing something like this again, right? And it's really interesting, isn't it? Actually, really interesting to see. In the last couple of times, we've either gotten a flattening period, and a drop, or a double top. Look at this here. So down, pullback, double top, breaking, drop. Down, double top. This one's a bit bigger, drop. Down. This one here was a flattening period, and then we got the break. Are we about to get what? Another double top, and then we break and so on and so forth, right? So as you can see, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This could just be some form of major lower high before we start to get what? Before we actually start to move down. So there really is no confusion, traders, okay? The confusion is going to come, the confusion is going to come from you trying to use many indicators. And again, I understand where you may be coming from if you're trading these markets and you're a bit confused, because I was once there. I was once there looking at articles and fundamental news and all this sort of stuff and listening to people, and oh my goodness, this guy's been doing it for 40 years. Surely he knows what's going on. And you realize he doesn't have a clue. You know, so and then also you know, then you start to use the indicators, and you're really trying to get a good understanding of what these markets are doing. And the best thing I do say is, like, not even me, like, it's not about me, it's about the market, and it's about the listening to the market, which is trend analysis, right? We go into a downtrend, and then we may start to do something like this: high lows, higher highs, right? Which means what? We've actually now started an upward trend, and we may get something like this then after that. Right? So the best thing to do is listen to the market. As long as the market keeps making lower highs, we're in a downward trend, and this is just a pullback in the market, and you don't want to be fighting these pullbacks. Remember, traders, a pullback is just that. It's a pullback it's a pullback with the trend. Market goes down, we get a little pullback, and a lot of people think, oh my goodness, here we go, right? This is here, pullback here, pullback here, pullback here, pullback here, right? We're just getting pullbacks, but you get pullbacks. Don't ever think a pullback in the market is a change in trend. Here we go. We're starting to get a bit of a bounce right now. Here we go, right? The amateurs who don't understand how to read these markets, understand it? Like they're the ones that get crushed, right? Because when the amateurs are trying to go long here, I'm actually looking to go what? I'm actually looking to go short here. I'm looking to go short here. I'm looking to go short here. Why? Because I'm just trading with that trend. And so there we go, traders. There's a big thing there's a few things that I want to share with you. But when it comes to the markets, just take the confusion out. Just look at what the market's telling you overall, and then go with that. And also when it comes to the interest rates, like when we're seeing these really big long-term interest rates, don't be too surprised if we started to see interest rates really start to come back quite hard in these markets. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new Breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.